My name's Patrick Foley, and this is my review of The Space Rodent for UK Film Review. This is a feature-length science fiction comedy film with a lot of horror elements in it. Follows four friends, including Mac, who's played by Robert Carrera, Dean, who's played by David Minard, Amanda, who's played by Leah Barnard, and Skylar, who's played by Shelby Broadnax. These are a strangely put together foursome. You've got Mac and Dean, who are kind of layabouts, wannabe musicians who enjoy entertaining themselves by throwing food in each other's mouths. And the partners, Amanda and Leah, who are a little more put together, a little more sensible, and begin to maybe question the men they have partnered with. The film takes some time to set up the dynamics of the group on a Halloween night when a giant mutant rat from outer space enters into their lives via a wormhole in search of a new planet to occupy, and the rest of the film is how the gang are going to survive this attack from the rat and take it down before it manages to colonize Earth. So the film is a comedy film at large. There are some sort of horror scenes, sequences of, gore and blood and guts, but by and large, everything's played for laughs. It's a bit of a sort of stoner nerd comedy in a lot of ways. There's a lot of layabout humor. There's references to other science fiction movies and little shout outs to other films that cover sort of similar alien invasion situations. I noticed a lot of similarities to shows like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, to kind of make the gang this sort of unlikable group who you don't necessarily feel bad when bad things happen to them. And then also movies like Shaun of the Dead, which celebrates characters who maybe don't have a ton of direction in their lives and are more focused on just self-fulfillment, who are then thrown into a situation which forces them to look out for each other and learn a few lessons along the way. I'm pretty certain the similarities I noticed between Always Sunny and this film aren't just because there's a character called Mac, but that's beside the point. The film's a lot of fun without it being anything too groundbreaking or too deep. It really is just designed as a fun, roughly hour-long science fiction film that just enjoys celebrating its characters, exploring them, figuring out the different dynamics between them, and sort of a celebration of the genre, really. It's low budget, a little bit absurdist, a little bit experimental. It will have a sort of specific audience who, honestly, I thought would be maybe more relate to the protagonist characters, guys who just want to have a good time when they watch a film, switch your brain off for a little bit, and not think about too much when you're enjoying it. That feels who the film is really aimed towards, but there's enough gags in here that most people will find at least some enjoyment. The actual space rodent itself, the titular rat that terrorizes the group, is actually a really, really impressive physical creation. A quite actually scary puppet that via its sort of movements and its sort of piercing red eyes acts as a very, very effective practical antagonist for the group. For a comedy film, obviously, it doesn't matter that it seems a little absurd to see some of the characters wrestling with this animatronic rat, and it's infinitely preferable to shoddy CGI. That the sort of practical filmmaking style is really good to see, and actually works really, really effectively in this feature. So go into The Space Rodent. Don't expect the greatest film you've ever seen, but it is a fun way to kill an hour.